A question I often get is, do I want more kids? Now, you guys are family. I feel comfortable sharing, and I guess we can just kind of talk about it. So, hey guys, Tiffany Ofili Porter here, where I discuss all things life after sport. And in this video, we're going to be doing a get ready with me and a little bit of a question and answer. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So I am heading out today with the girls. We are going to Fogo de Chao, which is like a Brazilian steakhouse. It's a chain, so they're actually all over the United States, but it's a Brazilian steakhouse, and I am very excited for it because I haven't been out with the girls in, I wouldn't say too long. It's probably been like 3 weeks, so not that long, and I actually saw some of them yesterday. But anyway, I posted on my Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me over there, I give real, raw, day-to-day experiences of what I go through as a mom, a wife, and all the other hats that I wear. So follow me there, Tiff Ofili, if you are interested. But I posted a question box on my stories, and I got a pretty good response from my family over there. Shout out to you guys. Of some questions that people are curious about. So let's just go ahead and get into it. One of the questions that I did get was how I manage self-care. And I think it kind of goes without saying that as a mom, it can be a little bit more challenging than before I had kids on prioritizing that self-care. But I mean, literally, that's just what it is. I prioritize my self-care, and I do have to be a little bit more creative in ways in which I get it done. So, for example, as you can see, as I'm doing my makeup right now, I didn't have to draw in my eyebrows because I have them micro shaded or microbladed. I always get them mixed up. Essentially, permanent cosmetic makeup, and that might not seem like your typical self-care to somebody, but to me, I consider that self-care because I find when I feel pretty, when I feel a little bit more put together, it elevates my mood and just makes me feel better in general. So that was one thing that I did that did cost a little bit of money up front. I think I may have paid like $450 or something like that for it, but it not only saves me time and effort from having to draw on my eyebrows every time that I'm stepping out of the house, it just makes me feel more put together, because when I'm wearing my, everyday look, which is not always with makeup, my eyebrows just frame my face. So that's just an example right there of ways that I kind of prioritize self-care. So I got them done in Michigan, and I get them retouched up probably once every 2 years or so. I've only had them touched up once. I got them done back in 2021. So that's an example of self-care. Another thing that I did that I kind of put into the self-care category is I did laser hair removal. And I started that back when I was an athlete. I think I may have started it back in like 2012 maybe. And I haven't looked back. It's one of those things where it costs money up front. I have an esthetician in Michigan, and she's been my go-to ever since like 2014. I haven't shaved my legs since 2014, you guys. So that is another example of self-care, because when you want to get all dressed up and you want to, get a wax or a shave, that's something that I don't necessarily need to do anymore, which again goes back to having you feel more put together, which I just think elevates your mood, and that saves me time from having to do like that maintenance, and I can put that time into something else. So that's just another thing. I also do my own nails, and some people might be like, Tiffany, this is not self-care. This is just womanly maintenance stuff that you have to do, which is true, but I kind of associate that with self-care because as a woman, personally, I think that it's easy to kind of, forget the things that make you feel beautiful or make you feel feminine or make you feel put together and make you feel like you are your best self when you become a mom or when you neglect those things. So that is self-care for me as well. So Doing my own nails, yes, it might take a little bit of time, but I, again, always feel more put together when I have a fresh set of nails on and, toes to match or whatever the case may be. This set right here has been like 2.5 weeks. I have posted videos before on how I achieved my DIY at-home manicure for like $1 that lasts me 3 weeks. And again, that is part of self-care for me. Another thing, I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because I do want to kind of jump to others. Another thing that I do is I have to be consistent with my working out. And I know it might seem like, Tiff, what are you talking about? But let me tell you, first of all, when you work out, you are obviously bettering your health, which is very important. Obviously, we want to live long and healthy lives, especially as moms for our kids and just for ourselves as well, right? You want to be comfortable. But working out actually also releases endorphins, and it's a natural mood booster. Maybe not necessarily when you are doing the workout, because Lord knows they can be hard, especially as a former professional athlete. I tend to push myself more than the average person when it comes to working out and my fitness goals. However, I always feel so happy once the workout is finished. So I think that it's sometimes people just think, oh, working out, I'm just doing it to lose weight, which, yeah, I mean, that's a great way to maintain the weight that you're looking for or to be on your weight loss journey, but it also has added benefits. So I don't necessarily think I'm one of those people who enjoy working out. I wasn't really one of those people when I was an athlete, and now in retirement, I sure as heck am not one of those people who necessarily enjoys working out, but I enjoy the way I feel once it's over. And I also enjoy seeing the transformation of my body and just feeling like my best self. So that is one way that I also maintain my self-care, prioritizing those workouts. And as a stay-at-home mom, my son is right there with me. So I have to find workouts that are going to be conducive to my lifestyle. So having my jogging stroller and doing hills or going on walks, going on jogs, doing at-home high-intensity workouts, whatever, all of that contributes to just staying on top of it. And also eating healthy as well. I've been on my salad kick lately and just trying to be the healthiest version of myself. So another question that I received is, and I didn't even have time to really think about these answers. I'm just giving it off the cuff. One of the questions was, what was one of the biggest lessons I learned in retirement? And this is hard. I did a whole 20 things they don't tell you about sports retirement video. And funny enough, it was my very first video that I made on this channel, but there's so many. I mean, that was a really comprehensive list. So I would encourage anybody that's interested to go and refer back to that video to kind of see what my answers are in that very well thought out video. But one thing I will mention here that I learned in sports retirement is that competitive mode that you have as an athlete does not go away in retirement. You have to just kind of manage it and know that not very many things are going to compare to the thrill of competing, and you have to be okay with that. Period. I mean, it is what it is. Don't get me wrong. I have a very fulfilling and enjoyable life in retirement, but different phases of life. When you're an athlete and you're competing against the best ones in the world and in front of thousands of people, and you have this massive platform, not much can really compare to that when you're in retirement, and that's okay. Accept it and just move on. A question I often get as well, for those of you who are new here, I am a mom of 2, 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. And one question I often get is, do I want more kids? Now, I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, that there are certain questions that you just shouldn't ask folks because you don't know where they are kind of on their journey. And just, I experienced a lot of pregnancy loss, and that was a very hard time in my life. And now that I am on the other side of it, I still sometimes remember how I felt in those moments. So I'm very sensitive about people asking those types of questions, because even now it can be kind of triggering. However, you guys are family. I feel comfortable sharing, and I guess we can just kind of talk about it. So I have a son and I have a daughter, and my husband and I both always wanted one of each. And we feel very fortunate to have gotten one of each. And they are two spectacular children. I just thank God for them every single day. So I say all that to say, I would not be sad if we didn't have any more children. I definitely feel incredibly grateful for the kids that we do have. And yeah, I mean, that is really the truth. However, I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't necessarily know if I feel like my family is complete. And I know those two responses may seem a bit contradictory, because it's like, which one is it? Are you done or are you not? And the truth is, I don't know. I want, and I'm being so honest right now, it might sound a little cheesy, I want whatever God wants for me. If God wants us to expand our family, then so be it. I'd be open to it. If God wants us to just, be done after our two amazing children, I would be okay with that too. And that's just kind of where I am right now. There's something to be said about the possibility of you changing your mind. You might decide in 6 months, like, actually, I'm good. We're good. You might decide in 6 months, actually, I want to have more children and I want to actively try to pursue that dream. So where I am right now, I know it really might have felt like I didn't really answer that question, but that's genuinely where I am right now. I'm so happy with the two kids that God blessed me with. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know if I feel like 100% our family is complete, I'm done. Now, I do have girlfriends who told me that when they felt done, they were done and that was it. And I respect that. I don't feel that way. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, oh, what if that's a sign that maybe we're not? But I also don't necessarily think I will ever feel completely like shut off to the idea of having more kids because of everything that I experienced before having my daughter. It's a very interesting and peculiar place to be, if I'm being honest. But yeah, cut a long story short, I'm very happy with where I am right now. My husband's kind of on the same page, to be honest. He kind of leans in the direction of, listen, we got our girl, we got our boy. Let's just ride off in the sunset. So we will see what God has in store for us. And also, I'm 36 years old, and it comes to a point where time will kind of make some decisions for you. So I also take that into consideration as well. We're just being real here, right? So that is that. Any moms or parents in general out there, please drop down in the comments if you ever felt unequivocally like, nah, I'm done, and you just knew you were done, or if you ever felt like, oh, I want more children, and you never felt like you were completely done. I'd be interested to know if anybody kind of shares those sentiments with me. I love this glue, you guys. This dual non-latex brush glue for lashes. You see how easy I was able to put that lash on? Yeah, go ahead and get you some. I will link some of the products that I'm using. Hopefully you can kind of see what I got going on in the description box if you are interested in using any of those. Let's see, another question that I got is, how do I juggle it all between motherhood, creating content, being a pharmacist, being a wife, and a real estate investor, and all of the things that I do. And I think I'm going to just focus right now on the content aspect. So I've been creating content now for a long time, but I've been like a content creator that is, I guess, monetize their platform and, looking to make this a career since 2022. So a little bit over 2 years now. And with that, I think there's something to be said about authenticity. People who may think like creating content is hard might be faced with the hurdle of trying to create a brand based off of something that you're not. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Everybody's approach to content is different. For me, I think authenticity shines through in the content that you create. I think people can feel real and feel fake very quickly. So when you are trying to paint this picture of something that you're not, folks can see that. And it makes the content that you're trying to create a lot more difficult to create. If I'm filming genuine moments of my life that go on and just putting them together in a very real and relatable way, It's a lot easier than if I'm trying to fabricate a certain lifestyle of me flying on private jets and of me going to 5-star restaurants for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when that's just not my reality. That's not the life that I live. Now, don't get me wrong, we are doing okay, and I do feel fortunate to be in the place that we are. However, I keep it real on all of my platforms, YouTube included. So I do just think that keeping that in mind for any aspiring content creators out there is that authenticity is really your secret sauce. And I feel like people talk about it so much, like, oh, be real, and just people can feel it. And it's true. People say it for a reason, you guys. Now, with that, I also want to mention that you don't have to overshare to be authentic, because I also think that that sometimes gets muddled in the authenticity conversation, that you have to be over there just sharing aspects of your life that you don't want to share, or sharing aspects of your life that you or your family would prefer to remain private or sacred, all in the name of clicks and views. I do not move like that. I know some people might not realize this because I do share a lot, but I am, believe it or not, very, very selective in what I actually share online. And I'm very protective over my family and a lot of the things that we have going on behind closed doors, because it's just very easy to overshare in this day and age. So just want to, challenge any content creators out there that it is very possible to be authentic, to keep it real, to be honest with your community without oversharing or feeling like you're violating your core beliefs, if that makes sense. And being the child of Nigerian parents myself, I also think that we were always just taught to keep things quiet. There's no need to overshare. So I'm also always very cognizant of that. It's always in the back of my mind. And to this very day, I have some aunties, shout out to you guys, I love you, who think that I overshare on social media, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I get it. It is what it is. Some people don't share at all. Some people share a lot. It just really depends on where you are. So that's essentially one way that I do juggle it, is that, I am one of those people who just keeps it real. And the moments that I am sharing are real authentic moments that go on in my life that just, I can very easily capture them. So you guys, I'm pretty much almost done. One thing that I do, in case you did not see my most recent 20-minute glam makeup video, I'm gonna link it here for you to check out, is once I'm done, I squeeze together the false lash with my real lash to make it look even more natural. And I also sometimes do not line the top of my eye, so it looks like it's just a little more natural, in my opinion. It looks like it's growing out of your actual lash line, and like you just went and got some $250 eyelash extensions. So that is me. You see what I mean? The top of them. I talked about it before, but I also clean my lashes in between uses. I have a whole bulk case of falsies that I got from Amazon. I can link them down in the description box as well. But you can clean them by just putting them in a little bit of rubbing alcohol for a little while, and the glue that you use just melts right off, and you're able to peel it off really easily. So that is another way to, kind of prolong the wear of your eyelashes. So yeah, I'm gonna probably wear my hair down today. And y'all, that is it. That's it. I get ready really fast. I'm gonna put some gloss on. We're going out to a lunch. I'm not gonna wear like a dramatic lip, but I'm mostly just a gloss girl. I have gloss everywhere, and I wear lipstick occasionally. Not very often, maybe every 10th time compared to my lipstick. So that is me. Makeup is done. I do need to hurry up because I'm picking up one of my girlfriends as we head into the city to head to the Brazilian steakhouse. And I actually, since I have my makeup on, another tip for you content creators, I am going to film some sponsored content real quick downstairs before I head out. So what time is it? It is 2:03, and I promised her I was going to pick her up at 2:30, so I don't have too much time. Shout out to everybody that did put in their questions. I appreciate it. We can definitely make this a series, you guys, where we are getting ready together, because I be outside and I get ready a lot. And I love answering questions, getting to know you guys as you get ready to know me. And I will bring you on, I'll show you my outfit, and I might show a couple of clips of us out in the restaurant as well. If you do enjoy videos like this, make sure that you subscribe to join the family, because if you haven't, y'all, what are you doing? What are you doing? Join the family. Let's go ahead and be on this journey together. And I'll be right back. We'll get dressed. Okay, now this is the final look. Hopefully you can see me okay. Okay, hopefully you like it. And I'm gonna go in with these shoes. I do have a white clutch downstairs I'm gonna also use to complement the look. As you can see, I put my hair to the side a little bit, took off the necklace. Sometimes with jewelry, for me personally, I find that less is kind of more. Put on these earrings. I went in with my Carolyn Herrera New York perfume for like a very like sexy and like mature scent. And that is me, you guys. And this is the put together look with the sunnies, the purse, and this is me just showing off the outfit a little bit while the husband got some angles for your girl. And I was kind of debating whether or not to do flats or heels, but all in all, I was pleased with the way that this outfit came together. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about it. And here is us at the restaurant. We were missing one of my girlfriends, but we just had such a great time linking up with the girls, having that sense of community, and just fellowshipping with other amazing women will do so much to just fill your soul up. So go ahead and be intentional about building those friendships and maintaining those relationships. I had such a fantastic day out. Thanks for joining me along, guys. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me. And if you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.